I'm Kate.
And I'm Jamie, and this is Creeps and Coffee,
A show where we talk about the creepiest crime cases around the world.
So, let's grab some coffee
and have a chat. Hello.
Welcome back.
What's up? Hey.
Oh my god, who's that?
That's not one of us.
Boom.
So, in case it wasn't obvious,
Was that scary?
I think so.
No!
Molly?
The cat is spooking us.
Close it.
Just kidding.
We actually have two Bowies in the house today.
We do.
We really do.
Yeah. So
You're doing
we
great.
have two new voices, in case it wasn't obvious. We've got an Anna and a Connor here. Say
Hi.
hello.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Connor.
It's really not. My name's
wait,
Anna.
wait.
Nice to meet you.
Hold on.
Oh.
My name is Connor.
Right, we'll have less of that.
Oh.
My name's actually Anna. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, we established.
No, I'm
yeah, So I'm
nervous.
Connor, and I flew in specially from England. So
Yeah.
thanks for having me.
It's gonna be a fun one. Everyone's a little tipsy.
I'm nervous
I'm
now.
not tipsy at
Don't know
all.
why.
Well, you're gonna be.
By the end, I'm pretty sure I will be.
A little bit of a smoky little. Good
Oh,
day,
yeah.
good
Yeah,
night.
that's one thing. That's I've said it a lot since I've been here. That's crazy that it's legal here.
That weed is
Oh,
legal in
yeah.
Canada.
The
Yeah.
fact that you can just go to a shop
Mhm.
and buy it is it's actually quite
I'm
weird.
like everywhere else. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
How are you guys enjoying
We-
Canada? You've been here before, but not in
I
Calgary. How's Canada?
I was born here.
Yeah, I am Canadian. I'm from Nova Scotia. I knew Jamie from high school, and we've just been friends ever since. And
Oh.
I'm out here visiting my lovely friend.
Oh.
Ouch!
And the
Looks like her head's
Caitlin.
just scratched.
Oh, yeah, and Caitlin.
Okay, Caitlin's just
And-
here.
Why are you here,
lovely
Connor?
Caitlin? Very sweet Caitlin, honestly. Very kind. Yeah, she did actually.
So I'm the flip side of the coin. I'm here purely to visit Caitlin, and also to do this podcast, apparently. So yeah,
For free.
looking forward to it. Well, I thought I was going to get paid, but we'll discuss that afterwards.
Oh, yeah, my people will get back to your people.
Wait,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
getting
just-
paid?
I'm Kate,
And I'm Jane, and this is Creeps and Coffee.
a show where we talk about the dark parts of the world around us
Cryptids, conspiracies, things that go bump in the night.
and the crimes behind the scariest creatures of all, humans.
Join us as we take a look at the stories sure to give you the creeps.
Pull up a seat, grab a coffee,
And let's have a chat.
All right. Well, since we have our lovely people with us, we thought it would be the best opportunity to introduce a new sort of aspect of the show.
Do a little debate.
Yeah. So it's pretty much a Connor versus Jamie
Well,
versus
it's
Anna and I.
And I'm
It's-
pumped. And
yeah.
I'm pumped for this.
so.
You're
You
not-
have one stance, they've taken one stance, and I've taken one stance.
Okay.
So we're all just going to be fighting this whole time.
Well, this is going to be interesting. But at the end of the day, as well, it's actually interesting to hear different points
Uh,
of the same topic.
I'm going to be honest, you're probably going to win.
Thank you. Well, there you go. Straight off the back, people, you know what you're expecting, so you just listen to the voice of reason,
No.
Yeah.
and yeah,
Wholeheartedly.
we'll take it from there.
No.
Anyway,
Wholeheartedly disagree.
We're talking about the pyramids today.
Mhm.
I have to
Which
sneeze.
pyramids?
There's loads of pyramids. You're talking Aztecs.
Mm.
Apparently now, as recently discovered as well, the Amazon,
Mhm.
Pyramids?
Egypt.
Sorry, not to interrupt. I don't know anything about the pyramids. Any pyramids at all. I don't know
So you're
anything.
great for this podcast.
I'm a dumbass in the whole scheme of things. Because my education system probably failed me.
That's fine.
Indeed.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Canada.
It's not much better in England. So you're fine.
I don't
Alright.
know, and I think for our stance on this, it's self-educated.
Yeah.
Absolute. Like
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah, 100%.
So what we've got are Anna and Kate in the corner of aliens built the pyramids.
Mhm.
I am here with the humans built it, and Connor is with something else did it.
I believe that there's a missing story, well, a missing chapter, should I say, in the human story. It's just something that's not known today. It's just gone lost throughout the years. And I think that definitely humans, but how and what they did to do it is just, it's missing information, missing technology, just missing from what we know today. So that's where I'm coming from.
And disclaimer, we mean no disrespect to anyone in Egypt or anyone who built any pyramids. Like, we don't want to be racist. We don't want to come across as douches, per se.
Douche wads.
Douches. At least I don't. I don't know if you guys want to.
No, this is
I'd rather not.
Yeah? All right.
Yeah, definitely not.
Good. All right. So, who wants to go first?
I think
Connor.
Connor should
Convince
start.
us.
Didn't see this one coming. Okay, so basically most of my theory, I guess, and my own opinion kind of comes from a British author and journalist who teaches in Durham University, and his name's Graham Hancock. What he basically believes, and he's on Joe Rogan's podcast as well, if anybody ever wanted to watch that. But don't just listen to this one. Basically, what he says is that there's a missing chapter in the human story, and that there's no way. Basically, he debunks the fact that what history books teaches us is slaves built the Great Pyramids under the instruction of the pharaohs. But he pretty easily debunks that in numerous books that he's published himself. So, I've listened to a few of his podcasts, a few of his interviews, read a book or two, somewhat. And I completely believe on his stance that there's just a missing chapter in the human history. We're just not aware of it anymore, because, the Great Pyramids are nothing short of spectacular. It's one of the wonders of the world, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that they're there, 4,000, 5,000 years later, something like that, is it's nothing short of amazing. And that's not done by an unwilling labour force. That's done by people at the peak of their skill.
That is the one thing I agreed with, is that apparently they had pyramid builders. They had 10,000 paid laborers and experts in their fields.
Yeah.
So it was all willing, but it was still humans building it.
Yeah, but this is another thing that Graham Hancock actually says, is there is mistakes within the Great Pyramid. There are minor mistakes there, but they're definitely human mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think, for a long time I agreed with the stance of Caitlin and Anna, where I thought, possibly aliens. It's because they can't rebuild it today using the tools that we knew that were available to them back then. It's virtually impossible.
That was one of my points.
So
Damn it, Connor.
Well,
Yeah,
one of
so
my
sorry.
points was to counteract that. An Egyptologist, who was also a woodworker, spent months working on something that could be able to move those big, not rocks, boulders.
they're cute,
The bricks.
The bricks, whatever they were.
They're bigger
He
than
used pillars and different knots of rope and leverage, and he found he was able to do it. So,
but this is the thing: is you're talking 4,000 years ago. How strong would the rope have had to been to lift a 70-ton block more than 481 foot high?
I don't know. I'm not.
And then you're talking about what would have been wooden structures supporting the rope. How strong would they have had to have been to support a 70-ton block? And I think the average block is something like 2.5 tons. And you're talking about not even
2.2.
lifting 2.2. I stand corrected. But then you're not even talking about lifting it in a straight line vertical. You're talking about taking it up on an angle, because it's a pyramid. So how is that? How are you pulling that with ropes without damaging it? Because these blocks look like they cut with a laser.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, another thing said that they used a sled, to carry the stone, and a series of pulley ropes.
Okay.
As an engineer, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think my engineering expertise is more in aircraft, not build a pyramid.
Well,
However,
UFOs require aircraft engineers.
a special type,
So
that's for sure.
You helped out.
That's what your views are.
What if? Okay.
Hmm.
So, do you think?
Yes.
What if, blah, blah, blah. What?
Have you ever had a dream?
And then when
Have
you
you ever? All right, sorry. What are your guys' opinions of aliens?
they're
Like-
real.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe it.
Here's my thing, and I think I've said this on the show before. They're not the little green men that everybody thinks they are.
Caitlin's seen one.
Controversial.
She has. I was kidding.
I'm dating one.
Wow.
Called out.
Slightly rude.
Sorry, you're the enemy here.
That's hilarious.
It's true. It's a debate.
Well, do you know what? Can't wait to go back to it now.
The podcast
I'm
is
fully joking.
over.
I'm fully joking, guys.
Yeah, okay.
I'm fully joking. She's not too bad.
Okay, anyway. So, they're not the little green men that come out in like silver suits.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's so many different possibilities of what sort of interaction they could have had
Mhm.
that opens up a world of possibilities.
And knowing like how large our universe is and the fact that like every star is a sun like
Mhm.
surrounded by planets and like just
It's-
knowing that is just
It's
I
just
don't
so like self-centered to
Alien-
think that we're the only
yeah.
possible creation in the universe.
Yeah.
Like our world is the
Very
only-
Eurocentric.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the thing. It's like humans are so self-centered enough to think that we're the only living thing in the entirety of like outer space. When even on our own planet, we think that we're the only animal that actually matters.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's
then
heartbreaking.
people aren't
honestly.
going to think that there's going to be anything else out there that's intelligent. They're just gonna it's pretty narrow-minded, but that's a whole different topic, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was going to say, what if?
Hmm.
What if there are aliens that do know how to time travel?
Mhm.
And what if they time travel back to that time? And or I don't know, not time travel, but they could just. Oh God, I'm high. This is not good.
You're doing great.
So sorry.
Anyone else who's watching this high is like, yeah, and then
I
Yeah.
get it.
preach, girl.
There's somebody
No.
sat there right now with the joint just going, I get it, I understand it.
Take.
No, I see where you're coming from. As
You're
someone who's
like-
also high. There's a possibility, maybe not necessarily with the pyramids, or potentially with the pyramids and other aspects of the universe, that these more intelligent life forms could have had some influence,
Yeah,
could have helped with the design.
maybe provided the tools to
Yes,
create
the
the.
tools, or at least aided in creating the tools.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that, like, I don't want to discredit the people who did make it, because obviously, like Connor said, like, they're one of the great wonders of the world, like, they're marvelous
Mhm.
creations, and clearly people put a lot of work into it, whether it was on their own or with help. Like, I don't want to discredit the fact that these people were working their asses off.
Yeah.
But I think there's a potential for there to have been some influence from potentially outer space.
Something up there.
Exactly.
Something exotic.
So my question is, why did
That was
aliens
cool.
want to help make final resting places for Egyptian royalty?
Maybe because they killed them all.
No.
Sorry, what?
So I think it's important to note that a lot of the alien theory comes from the connection between the placement of the pyramids and how they line up with Orion's belt. So something about it mirroring a constellation,
Mm-hmm.
and how that could have just some sort of greater connection for whatever alien species, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
would be coming down. I've seen a lot of, well, not a lot, I've seen a few documentaries talking about it and talking about how it wasn't just in terms of the pyramids, but it was also a connection with other like great structures as sort of like meeting points. And this is gonna spiral into a whole other theory,
Mm-hmm.
but talking about how so many of the Egyptian gods had these crazy features and had these like inhuman characteristics to them.
Like in the hieroglyphs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're seeing these creatures with different colored skins and different animal faces and bodies and all of these different shapes. And there's been a lot of theories about how potentially those were extraterrestrials that were interacting with these individuals. And that's why they would have wanted things like the Great Pyramids and these things that where they're dedicating their time and their energy to these gods, which potentially were these extraterrestrials that were helping them in the first place.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of similarities between, I think it's like, I want to say like the number 9 in like a lot of early religions. There's like these 9 key god creatures or like godlike figures that have specific roles and duties and powers. Like there's always a sun god, there's always someone in control of family and farming, there's always one in control of war. So, like, you know what I mean? There's always that recurring goal of like having those 9 things. And there's a lot of similarities across religion, even in these religions that at the time wouldn't have interacted.
Right,
So
they
if
wouldn't
you
have been
look at-
connected.
Yeah, so if you look at ancient Egyptian religions and you look at the gods that they were worshiping, you find a lot of similarities on the other side of the planet where there's no possible way at that point in time that they would have come into contact to share those stories when the origin was happening. So to answer your question in a long-winded way, because I can't stop talking apparently, I think the reason they would want to have that influence and want to help build something like that would be to have an excuse to connect with the people on this
Movie
plane.
Eternals.
Yes.
What were you saying yesterday about the mathy part? It's like something with the circumference.
Yeah,
as
so
well.
before the human race even knew we were living on a planet, they genuinely thought they were living as far as the horizon went. You're talking about 2000 BC. I think it's like 2400 BC or something the pyramid was erected. So you're talking about people who, at the time, in different parts of the planet, all believed that they lived on a flat surface. Now, the pyramids, what's interesting about the pyramids, and I don't know the calculations of it off the top of my head, but if you take the measurements of the pyramid and times it by, I think it's 42,600, you get the equatorial and the length measurements exactly back to the pyramid. So basically the pyramid itself has been telling us about the dimensions of our planet 2,000 years before Christ. The interesting thing about that is, again, like people back then believed that they lived on a flat surface, or as far as the horizon went, they didn't know about any of the continents or other races. Like people stayed put where they were. People didn't tend to travel as far as we know. 42,600 isn't just a random number. Again, off the top of my head, I think it's a theory. No, it's not a theory. Sorry, it's a key movement in the Earth's, I guess, orbit.
Rotational axis.
It's something like that. I'll have to find it.
Probably rotational.
Which is
Because that's what I said to him discussing this before. I was like, well, if you times anything by anything,
Exactly,
you
you're gonna
can
get-
connect it.
that's what I thought when I first heard it.
Yeah.
So again, this is going back to Graham Hancock, which I base quite a lot of my belief on the pyramids on. So he says it down here. So the actual measurements here, without sounding too boring, but so the perimeter anyway of the total perimeter of the Great Pyramid is 921.455 meters. So basically what he's done is, without sounding too numerical or boring, it's if one multiplies this measure by 43,200, that's the number of seconds in 12 hours, one arrives at a value of 39,806 kilometers. The radius of a circle of this circumference would be exactly 6,335.4407 kilometers. That's the radius of the curvature of the meridian plane at the equator, and that's what we know that the equator is perfectly. So again, that number isn't just a random thing, because when I first heard that myself, I thought to myself, well, you could get any number as high as possible, multiply it, and you'd arrive at that number, like, curiously enough. But no, it's a key movement.
What if it was just an educated guess?
Well, that would be a very good guess, I could tell you that. But there's a load of different things, and going back to what Caitlin said, down is how the features that the ancient Egyptian pharaohs had back then are like crazy, and most of them, if you ever look, is the people that worked for them are normally like normal human size, where the pharaohs were very large as life, 10 times taller. Now, one of the theories that have been put out there, and I'm not saying this is my belief to me. It's not my personal belief. I'm just saying it's one of the theories that I've heard is all around the world through history is giants have been reported, dug up. There's been people, giants in the UK. There's been France, China. There's a grave, a genuine mass graveyard of giants that was found in China. Ancient Romans had giants where we've dug up their skeletons. Ancient Greeks had giants. What my theory is there's a missing chapter in the human story where we don't know how it was built. What if? And this is what this theory says is. What if the pyramids were built by a species of human that no longer exists, like maybe giants, like the pharaohs themselves, and that's why it mattered so much because it was for them.
How big we talking?
Well, I was thinking that
because devil's advocate, if you've ever seen Godzilla,
it's not like Godzilla size.
I was gonna say that weight and height cannot be supported by the gravity of the Earth. It would destroy it. So how tall we talking?
So I think it's interesting that Connor pointed out all of the different ancient religions. But I think it's also important to point out that even the Bible that we are still using today mentions a more ancient sort of giant. So if you look at the Nephilim, they're an ancient race from the Hebrew Bible of very large and strong people. And those giants weren't really giants in the sense that we picture.
10 feet tall.
Were they just... There are people, though, that still exist that grow upwards of 7 feet
exactly
and taller. So it's and they're are they descendants of those people?
Well, that's a theory too. Yeah. People don't just randomly.
Probably shouldn't say that because I'm on the alien side. So maybe it's just giant aliens that came here.
Deny.
You didn't hear me say that before.
So to go back to your question, Jamie, how tall are we talking? I've just done a little bit of research on Google. Always so reliable.
Yes.
Well, apparently, anyway, the tallest that we found is a 4,000-year-old giant that was found in the Shaanxi province in China.
Shaanxi, yeah.
He was only 16 years old and he was 193 centimeters at 16. However, apart from that, we've also found a Bronze Age skeleton that was 11 foot 6 inches.
Okay.
And again, this was a young male. That's Bronze Age.
That's pretty cool.
So
actually.
193 centimeter
is only 6'3".
6'3".
Okay.
But that's 4,000 years old, whereas I think the average height is a lot smaller. So back then you're talking giants. But so we found there's been an 11 foot 6 inches.
That's crazy.
Which is Bronze Age. So that's even.
Maybe the little people just got really angry and just killed them all. All of the little people.
Man syndrome
average
for everybody.
Yeah.
Average
got
people.
behind it.
Yeah.
That's what happened to the giants.
I think all of the giants have just been my descendants.
Yeah. Your family is tall.
The average height in my family is 6'5".
Yeah. Can't relate.
Do you have two cute
Not in
cousins
my family.
or?
The average height for males in my family is
send me out.
5'10".
Did you have anything else to
No, I was just going to talk about my cousins.
Oh, okay.
Because I asked because they're tall.
Yeah.
And I like the tall ones.
Anna is looking for.
Oh my god!
I have two cousins that are 6'8", and two uncles that are 6'9".
That are single?
That's insane.
A lot of them are between 6'5" and 6'7".
Wow, giants.
This is what I mean.
Legitimate giants. I love how we got onto giants.
I don't know what we're talking about.
So Jamie, what's your...
Well, I was just going to ask, do you guys believe it wasn't the Egyptians who built it?
I believe it was, but I believe they were definitely assisted.
By
and it wasn't. They weren't
race of
alone.
giants?
Well, that's not my personal theory. What I think is what we don't know what it was or who they were, but they weren't alone in building it.
And you guys think aliens helped?
I think, again, very important distinction that I think, obviously, Egyptians did do it.
Mm-hmm.
They put the hard work in. They did it all. I just think aliens helped.
Okay.
Correct Mundo.
Are there any cases that we know where people have said, like, yes, people came down from Greece to help with this? Or is that not in?
So, yeah, getting back to what I was saying before, 43,200 is it's the precession of the Earth's axis. So if you take the height of the pyramid, multiply it by 43,200, you get the polar radius of the planet. And if you take the base of the pyramid and multiply it by 43,200, you get the equatorial circumference of the planet. And again, 43,200 isn't just a random number, that's the precession of the Earth's axis, which is the Earth wobbles on its axis.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the key motion of the Earth. So for time, like literally, like as you've heard, like through times like where people were like, fighting with swords and, living in like mud shacks in the Middle Ages and medieval times, for thousands of years before that, when you think of like these people didn't even have like basic healthcare, and they believed in witchcraft and wizardry, and that all females with warts on their faces were witches. Like through those times, the pyramids have been telling us the exact dimensions of our planet.
It's just a coincidence.
Must be. So that's why I just think.
Cool.
Never mind. So what do you believe in? Never mind.
Okay.
Anna?
Oh, he's just gonna say never mind.
No, I'm not. Just a joke.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
I'm joking. It's your podcast. Your
Yeah.
podcast.
Your
that you-
podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks, Caitlin. I've had a few beers.
So I want you to clarify to the people listening, why couldn't it have just been normal-sized Egyptians building the pyramids on their own? Why not?
It very well could have been. Where I'm coming from is I'm just trying to say that it wasn't an unwilling slave force that built the pyramids. That's what we get taught in history.
That's what I learned.
That's what you got taught. If you look at history books from high schools and secondary schools in the UK, like it's slaves, pulley ropes, and ramps. But another thing about the whole slave using ramps and ropes and tree trunks is, if you have a ramp that's going 481 foot high, and you're talking about some of the blocks that are, 350 feet high in the Great Pyramid, you cannot physically pull them with ropes up a ramp that's more of an incline of 10 degrees.
Yeah.
So you're thinking about then, how long does a ramp have to be, and how strong does it have to be to support a 40-ton block or a 70-ton block going 350 feet high? You're talking like about a bloody big ramp.
Mm-hmm.
So big that it's pretty much bigger than the pyramid that they're actually building. So where's the foot ground for that? Where's the evidence of this ramp? There's no evidence for it.
You got rid of the evidence.
But why would they do that?
Well, because
the aliens needed it to build the other pyramids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they moved it and then chucked it.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say because
they're not the only.
But there would have been some sort of evidence, because basic engineering is, if you're going to build something like that to take this mass weight so high up and so long, you're talking about 10 degrees. That's nothing. It's like that's a lift of nothing. So you're talking about how long it has to be, and you're talking about the foundations that it had for it, that how strong it has to be to support these blocks. You're digging down like a house. You don't just build a house on top of the surface. You dig down and build its foundations. So you're talking about the ramp. There's no evidence of a ramp.
There is evidence of a ramp.
I don't think so.
There is. But it's not far off from what you're saying. So they found evidence of some sort of like measurements for a ramp. I think it was either 16 or 18 degrees. So not significantly higher than 10. And I'm with you on the fact that I wouldn't have made that much of a difference. I don't think it's logical. I'm not saying it's impossible, because obviously the pyramids are there. But
we're humans. What is logical about our existence?
There you go. That's why we have this
Straight
podcast.
up.
But there is some evidence.
Where?
Egypt.
Yeah, obviously. But I mean, like, where have you found? Like,
I
where
found
have you
that on
found?
the National Geographic.
Not there.
Oh, okay.
So where about, like, was it, like, how, like?
Near the pyramids.
I'm presuming so.
Mhm.
Funnily enough, but I'm saying like I've never heard of it. Like, have you?
Maybe it
Before
was a
Caitlin
recent
said
discovery.
that, have you heard of
I
it?
don't know. I didn't look into ramps.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Honestly, but I haven't.
No, I'm
Either.
not asking like where is it to try and like catch you
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
actually asking
Yeah.
like you
No,
know
so
like
they
I
found
actually
it-
want to know.
I watched it in a documentary like years ago,
Okay.
but it was something in one of the smaller pyramids that they found.
Oh, so not for the Great Pyramid. So
I'm just
completely off
saying.
topic. For
No.
the wrong building.
No, because there's 3 different sized pyramids there.
Yeah. And the smaller
In
ones
one
would
of
have
the
been a
smaller
bit easier.
ones.
Mhm.
I'm just saying that
So
they would use the same
no ramp
technology.
ever found for the Great Pyramid. Is what we're saying.
I mean, they may have gotten rid of the evidence because
Brutal. It's brutal out here.
it was a tomb for royalty. Maybe they were like, this will tarnish the land. Like, we want this to look as beautiful and as aesthetically pleasing as possible for the tombs, for the royalty. So couldn't they have burned it if it was made of wood? Buried it?
But then you've got to talk about like
Or they could have repurposed it. If it was all wood, boom, you've got houses.
okay, but what I'm saying is you're digging down so far for its foundations. Surely there'd be remnants of it left. Because one, I genuinely don't think that wood built that high could support. Because if you think about wood built,
What
that
could
high
support
up,
it then?
that's what I'm saying. Is I don't believe that there was a ramp ever used.
UFOs probably could.
Yeah.
UFOs definitely could.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. But this is what I'm saying is I don't believe it was used. It was built using dirt ramps, wooden ramps,
Okay.
and a load of unwilling people getting whipped, pulling it up using tree trunks. I don't think that was the case because one, the blocks were too heavy, and then you go back to the first question: is the blocks were transported from different parts of the desert.
I do have something to say about that.
What do you have to say about that?
So, from my searches, it said that an example of what would happen is 186 stones weighing an average of 2.2 tons each were all carved by 12 quarrymen in a matter of 22 days, and the structure was then erected using 44 men, and they used hammers, chisels, and levers made of copper and later bronze and wood, and then used sleds apparently to pull them to the pyramid.
When we're saying sleds, like a toboggan?
Yes.
They must have been
Pop them on.
big
Pull.
sleds. I don't think it was as easy as popping them on. These are
Well,
very heavy.
What if they had like multiple sleds in use? Just like, do you know what I mean? Like not like just I don't know, for like easier transport of all the blocks.
That makes sense to me. Yes, Caitlin.
Do we think elephants were involved? Or no.
That's
Do
a
you know what?
fantastic point.
That's actually a good shout.
Or
Possibly.
They
Because
could have
I-
used animals.
Because I constantly forget that Egypt is in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Rhinos.
We all know that I have a
Horsepower,
significant problem with
literally.
geography.
Mhm.
But as far as I know, there's elephants there.
Mhm.
So
Who knows? Who knows?
That's a
This
good point.
this is why I like these type of conversations because you always find out like more things, and, like learn more things, and
Your
like
mind is opened up to other
Yeah.
perspectives
it is.
and like how other people think about it, what they know about it.
What do you think, Bug?
Yeah, we have a special guest here. What would you
What
like
is-
to say, my baby?
Nothing.
Ma'am?
She is speechless.
The one time she won't speak.
It's because she was the alien that built the pyramid.
But
Ma'am!
there's a thing actually. Speaking about that pyramid, that they
Worship
worshipped
cats.
cats, didn't they?
Yeah.
And you know what?
I can see
I
why.
always thought it was weird until I met Bowie. And I was
Yeah.
like, I get it.
I
No.
would die for you.
If it was dogs, I'd get it. But cats, I don't
They had
get it.
hairless dogs.
Those
What?
are cute.
Yeah, they were for
Hairless
They
dogs.
were
They were
for
for
as well,
heating.
right?
they were like heating pads almost.
They're naked. They're so
Yeah.
cute.
No, see, I have a Doberman. She's short-furred. She is amazing. She's a little chunk. Oh wow, the hairless dog kind of looks like a Doberman. They are pretty cute. But yeah, no, I can't imagine that little chunk at home with no fur on her. She'd look too.
Cold.
She'd be too bald.
I have a wiener dog, so yeah,
She has a wiener dog on her foot.
I do. I have a tattoo
It's
of
true.
my dog on my foot.
That's really cute.
The wiener foot.
That's the
wiener
tattoo
foot.
I didn't show you.
No, I did see that, but I didn't know that you had a wiener dog.
I do.
She has a wiener dog, but it's on her foot now.
I knew that. But I was like, okay, she just really likes wiener dogs.
No, I love my little dog Webster.
Okay.
Okay, can I read a quote?
Please do.
Please
Just
love
don't.
that.
All right.
I'm only joking.
So it's the same guy I mentioned before, the Egyptologist Larson.
Mm.
It said he was a woodworker before he founded Mississippi's best-selling weekly Columbus Packet. I'm assuming that's a magazine. Didn't research more into that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's her opinion too.
Anyway, so he
So
was the
sorry.
one who did the stuff I mentioned before. He has his own construction theories that he spent hours reading and researching and working with. And he was the one who fashioned a homemade device that was enabling lifting rather than dragging. It
So what
resembled
you're
a
saying-
mashup of a giant wooden rowing machine and a catapult
Okay.
that uses the technology he believed that was depicted on the walls of Abydos.
Mm.
So
She probably didn't say that right.
I probably didn't. But as an engineer, what are your thoughts
Actually, yeah.
on
I'm not a master engineer.
the fact that could it be better lifting than dragging?
What,
if
from
you
where they were quarried to the pyramids?
So
No,
you
to
work
put
on
them
how
from
the
the bottom to
structure
the
up.
top.
So you work
Well,
on
the
helicopters.
first thing you'd actually think about when you, like, because before I was an aircraft engineer, I worked in construction for 6 years.
Mhm.
The first thing you'd think about is lifting. So nowadays we have scaffolding, and that's how you'd build it. But
Mhm.
again, all your materials are taken up either via a lift, or you have some sort of like electric ramp where it basically like elevates it up. You know, there's all different ways to get the materials to the top nowadays. It's not like the old days where you had to carry it up. And you're talking about 50 years ago where people were just lugging it all the way up. But the first thing you'd think of when you're building a building of its size is lifting it, using some sort of lift.
Mhm.
So, you know, this is what I mean. Like, it's one of those things where we're never going to know, but it's interesting to have everyone's theories on it. But I just think how it was built, it just wasn't with slaves. It wasn't with people being whipped and told, right, get that up there. This has to be there. Like, because as far as research actually goes back to where no slaves in ancient Egypt.
Mhm.
So the fact that they're saying slaves built it, apparently according to actual historical research, there's no slaves in ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
So there's that. But how it was built is, like, you know, that's why it's one of the seven wonders of the ancient. It's the last wonder of the ancient world, isn't it?
Mhm.
So it's a reason why it's still there today in as good condition as it is.
Aliens.
Well, yeah, there you go.
They come in and
sorts
check on it every year.
knows.
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin knows.
Yeah, what are your thoughts, Anna? Any thoughts?
All
thoughts.
I don't know. I think no thoughts. I guess.
That's okay. Opinions?
Yeah, I think aliens built it just because I don't think that humans now could do that, and I don't think humans then could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And not to like, I don't know, not to like shit on human capacity, because I know that humans are capable of a lot, especially when there's a large group of humans helping out each other. However, I just don't think that humans can't have the guts for that.
Okay.
Just no, yeah.
It just would have taken so much precision and measurements and just shit that we barely have today, let alone 4,000 or 5,000 years ago.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, is like the Great Pyramid is locked in on true north within I think it's like 3/60th of a single degree.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that is very accurate. Yes, Jane.
I have a question about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, is that from now? It's that close, or back then? Because hasn't the Earth rotated since then, and the
It
constellations?
rotates constantly.
Yes, but like the constellations in the sky and stuff are changing all the time.
I think what you're saying is the orbit is
Yeah, so like
been altered since then. Yeah.
yeah, so is it now
Maybe
really close?
maybe back then it was spot on.
Mm-hmm.
And then only very slightly over after 4,000 years, which really in the story of and the history of the world itself is nothing.
Or maybe it wasn't near it at all, and
Maybe.
as it has progressed in the years, it's gotten closer.
Maybe. Who knows?
I know. I'm a genius.
She sorted it. There you
You're
go,
welcome.
folks.
I'm not gonna
The
lie,
new
I didn't
has
listen
it.
to any of that.
Caitlin, do you have any comments on that
I
part?
was watching the cat play with Anna.
I
Alright.
was too.
Okay,
She
well,
was playing with me.
what about
I
questions?
was too.
Questions from the peanut galleries.
I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
Okay.
I agree. How dare you?
Can't
Whoa.
believe you could take such a stance.
I said
Against
comments,
the
questions,
logic-
That was
concerns.
Kelly Kapoor, wasn't it?
Yes, I'm
Question mark.
concerned with your opinions. I'm kidding. That was a good one though. That's funny.
So, question 2: how do you genuinely believe it was built?
I don't know.
Yeah, like
So
I
you're
know
on the
you
same-
had to take
So
like
you're on the same
stance.
stance as me.
I think that Egyptians probably did it.
How?
Yeah.
I've been explaining that this whole time.
In a
Well,
in
do
a
it again.
nutshell.
Using, I almost said weapons, using tools to make the blocks, pulling them on sleds, and they could be using levers and pulleys, amongst other things.
Wrong.
Okay. And one of the theories that we talked about yesterday was the one about there being water shafts
Oh yeah.
that were like helping
an aqueduct.
float. Yeah, that
Yeah.
were helping float them along.
Yeah.
I think that might be possible. What are your thoughts on that one?
So my thoughts on that one is okay. So
It was a mixture of using ramps and water shafts.
ramps and water shafts. Okay, so I don't know if you've ever seen what are they called?
Do you want me to explain it more so you can fight me more?
Yeah, go for it. You explain
Alright.
as much as you like.
That's
So
hilarious.
it said that they used floats made of cedar wood or inflated animal skins wrapped in papyrus, and when attached to the stones, it would allow them to be pulled more. And these canals then led to a moat that went all around the building site of the perimeter. So the blocks were floated to the sides where they needed to be. And then 4 water pipelines were supposedly used to float the blocks uphill somehow and extended as the pyramid grew. Don't ask me the logistics because I don't know math.
That's a tricky thing to think about.
But see,
But
This is-
this graph shows that it's
What?
possible.
What? Okay.
But see this, I don't know.
Neither of you were listening, right?
I was
Caitlin.
listening.
Caitlin wasn't here to be. So, but again, it's not. It's clearly not impossible because I don't know if you've ever been. If you have canal boats in Canada, or if you've been to the English countryside where there's canal boats and canals,
Okay.
but I don't know if you've ever seen a canal boat be lowered and raised. So,
In a dry dock?
no,
Like
no.
a boat elevator?
Yeah, so
I've
there's
seen
a,
one of
so there's
those
a
in
boat
person.
elevator.
Oh, no, I know what you're
So
talking
for
about.
canal boats, the way they're raised and lifted is, say if it's being lowered down, it'll be down and they'll flood a certain section, which will lower the water in the upper section. And then once the 2 levels are equal, they'll open the gates. Then they'll sink the section where the boat's in. The water that's then drained out raises the next section that it's going to, and it just keeps going and following the pattern until it's down at the actual canal.
Oh,
So maybe they had
I've
something
never heard
like
it
that.
explained like that, but I understand what you mean though.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's a really shit explanation of how it's done, but in theory that's what happens.
Yeah.
So do we
so
think that's possible?
that is definitely something that could have
I'm
been done.
not going to
back
say
then.
no because I don't know.
It's definitely something that could have been done.
Yeah. They know what the inside of the pyramids look like. So what is going on underneath those blocks?
Well, it's
Did they build it from top down?
no.
I don't think that's
Oh.
possible.
How does that work?
I don't know.
So levitating
I don't think
blocks
that's
until
possible.
you get to the foot.
Yeah. Alien.
Well,
There
see,
you
they
go.
built
There
it
you
and then
go.
they just flipped it.
Oh no, yeah, I see.
Like a magic
It was like a dreidel.
One question I've always had is, the very top of the pyramids,
Yes.
apparently in all the drawings, there's a massive gold triangle there for the tip. On every single,
Illuminati.
I was just gonna
There
say
you go.
that.
but every
Stop recording now.
single picture now of any of the pyramids in ancient Egypt there's no tip. There's just a flat. Contain yourself, professional. It's just a square top. There's no actual point.
So somebody cut off the
Wow.
tip.
So somebody cut off the tip. Is what I'm
Who
saying.
circumcised the Egyptian
Someone
pyramids?
circumcised the Great Pyramid.
Oh, I had a question for Connor.
Yes.
Didn't you tell me something about like telekinesis yesterday?
Teleka what?
Telekinesis?
Explain what that is.
Like moving
Things with their mind.
Oh,
You
yeah,
said
so-
something about that.
So, one thing that Graham Hancock says in his
Were
theories,
you guys talking about this while I was asleep?
Yeah.
we were.
Were you absorbing it in your sleep?
No. I was like,
She just
what,
heard
what do you
bits.
mean? You
Oh yeah,
keep
we talked for like 2 hours
I was like,
yesterday.
you keep referencing this conversation, and I have no memory.
You were gone. So was she. She was
Yeah.
asleep right there.
Yeah, she was
Alright.
head on the table.
Team Alien.
So
Me?
basically, what Graham
Wait,
Hancock...
what?
You were done researching and you just went,
What?
and I was like, Anna, go to bed. And you were like, okay.
Alright,
Oh,
Team
wait,
Alien was
what?
down for the count.
I don't
Yeah.
even.
You
This
two
is-
are out.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Very
I didn't know
alien-like
that.
of you.
Mhm.
But yeah, what Graham Hancock says in his theories, and again, I base quite a lot of my opinion off him because I just think he's spot on. But that's, again, just my personal opinion.
Mhm.
And if anybody out there thinks I'm onto something or you believe along the same lines, I definitely recommend that you listen to his podcasts. There's one with Joe Rogan, and I think he's pretty spot on with what he says. But what he said is, like, again, part of the lost story with the human race is throughout history and throughout times, there's been so many reports all across the world where people have been able to do things with their minds. It's like some people today can see spirits.
Mhm.
Some people believe that they can speak with the dead. Some people, like people can do all different types of things with the mind. And there's even been reports of people being able to move like smaller objects, like we all see on the classic film Matilda. But like genuinely, there's been like reports of like people saying like they can move things with the mind, like small objects, like an aluminium cup,
Telekinesis.
an aluminium cup, aluminium cup.
Aluminum.
It's not aluminum.
It
Do,
is.
they, do
That's
you really
absolutely
say
crazy.
it?
Aluminium.
All the
He
time.
really does.
But yeah,
Wow.
so like small
He's really
objects
British.
anyway. It's like
Bending spoons.
bending spoons. There you go. Like small things. What Graham Hancock says is,
Strange.
what if 4,000 years ago humans were just a lot more in touch with themselves? They had a lot less distractions, where they could genuinely like home in on themselves. Because at the end of the day, if people believe in aliens, they have to believe that us ourselves are an alienic species.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
I'm
maybe
open to that.
4,000 years ago,
I mean, it makes
we
sense.
just had a different part of our mind that we've just lost.
I can see
Because
that.
there's so many.
Like maybe there's like
Distractions.
ancient teachings that were just never passed on,
Mm-hmm.
or people, as governments were formed, people just were like, no, you know what, people have too much power if they can do these things. And, do you know what I mean? So they just shut it out. So maybe what he says is maybe, just maybe 4,000 years ago, they could do things that we aren't capable of today, where they've moved things, I'm not saying like that, but like, people have constructed part of the Great Pyramid using inhuman powers, things like that. I'm not saying I believe that specifically, because who knows? I don't. To be honest with you, if you ask me yes or no, I'd probably say no. But
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely an interesting theory to consider.
Yeah. I have nothing else to add.
But,
Do you have any other arguments?
No, I think it's actually a few interesting points have been made, and like something like this topic of the Great Pyramid, you're never going to be able to.
Yeah.
Well,
You're
that's
never
the
We're
thing.
just debating. We'll never know.
Yeah.
That's what bothers me about so many different parts of history. As someone who likes history as much as I do, like there's so many things that we just will never know.
Wait, you like history? Could never have told.
It's crazy.
Only a little
Yeah.
bit.
Only a tiny bit.
I don't talk about it very much.
No, not at all.
But like there's so many aspects of humanity as a whole that we will never be able to fully understand. And there's so many pieces that we've missed, whether that's coming from just a chapter in history that's been skipped over, whether it's coming from extraterrestrial influence, we'll never know.
Yeah, and that's what sucks about it. But at the same time, that's what drives the imagination to go crazy, which in itself is a great thing.
That's true.
That's why we're having this conversation now.
That's very true.
Mhm.
Any final opinions to throw in?
I think I won the debate.
I definitely think I did.
I think you actually did, yeah.
I think Anna and I were too against one. So
No, I think that you and Anna were too stoned.
no.
And you guys
Anna
didn't
was
win.
definitely
You didn't-
too strong.
You didn't win at all.
No,
I think we did.
I think if this was a race, I'd say
First is you.
so. I'd say Jamie was a close second.
Yeah.
With
Sorry,
very
guys.
good points backed up.
I feel like I was in last.
You guys were like aliens, you know? They definitely did it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Take my word.
And then Caitlin went
Hey,
on like a mad
Kate-
spiel of
You know what?
how they had cat heads and stuff. But
Listen, I liked it.
I like
it was
I
a,
think
it
it
was
was
a great
great.
speech. It was a great speech.
it was.
But not enough to win the debate. So
I think we should let the listeners decide.
Mhm.
please let us all
Let us
decide
know
who
who
you
do
thought
you
won.
think really won,
Bless
Bless
you.
you.
and
Thank you.
who is the baddest bitch of them all?
Definitely not you.
Bug.
Definitely me.
Definitely Bowie for knocking over a drink.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He
Right.
said, "This isn't about me."
Yeah.
Yeah, we would love to hear your thoughts on,
I think a nosebleed.
I guess, on
It's the aliens.
oh god, on the origins
That's
of
what
the
she said you didn't
pyramids.
believe.
It's true.
Right.
Yeah, you can connect with us and let us know over on our Instagram at Creeps and Coffee, on our Twitter also at Creeps and Coffee. You can.
Sorry, what was it?
Is that Creeps and Coffee?
Um,
Instagram and
Coffee and creeps?
yeah, there you go.
Coffee and
That's it.
Creeps.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's right. I think it's Freaks and
Cappuccino.
Isn't
Freaks and
it?
Coffee.
Wait,
Oh,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Isn't it crepes and
Mm-hmm.
Crepes and,
French.
do you know what I could do with a crepe and a coffee now?
You know-
Never had a grape.
Crepe and tea.
Oh, what?
You know what? Crepes with strawberries and cream.
So good.
Get it, bitch.
So
shit's
so
good.
this episode is now going to be renamed as Creeps and Tea. Because,
Crepes and tea.
because we have an English guest, I think it's only fitting that we call it Creeps and Cups of Tea.
Mm.
Scone and tea. We'll
Yeah,
call it scone
we
and
found
tea.
out Connor doesn't like toaster strudel.
Or Pop Tarts.
No,
Or-
I actually had two Pop Tarts
he
today.
cursed
It's
them,
actually
yeah.
really nice.
Cursed
chocolate
and
ones.
tea.
You were in bed.
You didn't bring me a Pop Tart?
No, I ate them.
No.
Yes.
We have to end
You
now.
had a bite of my
Okay.
Pop Tart the other day.
Goodbye, listeners.
That one was too. No,
Thank
we're
you.
having a debate now about Pop Tarts. No, your Pop Tart was too sugary. I'm sorry.
It's the same Pop Tarts.
It wasn't.
It is.
Was it?
Yeah.
Maybe I was just more accustomed to it. But honestly, the other day I tasted it and I was like, "Oh no, I don't like that."
This gives me Jenna.
And then I was so hungry this morning. Though. I was so maybe it was because I was really hungry because I was hungry this morning. I was like, "Oh God, I'm putting in 2 Pop Tarts." So I put 2 Pop Tarts in, and when I had them, I was like,
hot, so.
"Yeah,
You didn't bring me a Pop Tart.
no, oh, did I?"
No, he was fiending for them. Seriously,
You
he
snooze,
was
you
like,
lose.
he devoured them.
I am a nice person, really.
Wow.
But no, thank you very much for having me on. It's actually been.
Well,
You'll be in the
last
next
time.
episodes.
Oh.
well,
Awkward.
there you go.
It is
Controversial
pending.
opinion.
you didn't hear that.
We might have them on the next episode if they survive.
Me, I will.
If we have time, because I do leave soon. So.
No, we're
If-
doing
if
it in
the-
10 hours, so.
La Leona.
If you
Okay.
would like to help
Alright.
support the show so that I can buy more Pop Tarts that
Send
my
us
boyfriend
money.
won't bring me,
Exactly right.
you can support the show at our Buy Me a Coffee page, buymeacoffee.com/creepsandcoffee.
There you go.
I need
Yeah.
one of them.
There you have it.
And yeah, send us an
Money.
email
Oh.
at creepsandcoffee@gmail.com. Let us know A, what you think about aliens, B, how you think the pyramids were built, and C, what your favorite kind of Pop-Tart is.
And D,
Amazing.
would you give them to your girlfriend or would you just eat them yourselves? And be honest. I want to know because I can't be the only one.
You know, I think I might be on his side
Ah,
of that one.
Anna.
Sorry.
There you
go. I
Well,
would bring
maybe
you
you
one.
can have
Thank you,
one.
Jamie.
No, you wouldn't.
She's
Don't
my
say
best
this.
friend.
Yeah,
Depends
I
how
know
hungry
you.
I am.
I know you. You'd be
Or how
sat.
high I am.
Yeah.
That's
Now
what
you.
it
Now
is.
your sibling needs to shut up.
No,
I know you.
I
You'd
don't
eat
know.
them and then put another packet and be like, "I brought you a Pop Tart."
I'd still be bringing her a Pop Tart.
But you'd eat the original ones. Is my point.
Yeah.
I
you
would
split
share.
'em more than you did.
Yeah. Well.
I
Do you
didn't
know
even know Pop-Tarts were an option until right now. So,
Well, I'll make you
Dang,
some Pop Tarts now. Pep Tarts,
Pep
Pop Tarts,
Tarts.
Tart Peps.
I don't
I'll
know
make you some.
Pep-Tarts.
Well, do you know what? See, you can't please anyone, can you? There you
We
go.
have to go before this turns into a domestic.
Okay.
It's going to.
Goodbye, listeners. Thank you for having us.
Love you.
Bye.
Don't do drugs.
Cheerio.
If you do
You
safely.
can smoke some weed though,
Do it safely.
and alcohol.
Creeps and Coffee is produced and edited by us, Kate and James.
Our theme music is Stuck in a Hole by Dated.
For more information on where to find them, check out the link in our show notes. And to connect with us, follow us on